What's up, Geeksters? It's me, Omar from geeksterlabs.com, and today's video is brought to you by Sell Cashier, and they compare iPhone prices to get you top dollar for your used iPhone. So if you'd like to sell your iPhone, check out the link in the description below. So guys, today I have a product that was sent to me free for review from Eonfine, and today I have their spider case for the iPhone 7, and it's also available for the 7 Plus as well. And so basically this is a waterproof case. It's a $25 waterproof case, so very inexpensive. If you guys are interested in checking out this product, I'll put a link in the description below on Amazon if you guys want to purchase it from there. And so like I said, this is a waterproof case, IP68 waterproof. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking, Omar, why would I need to have a waterproof case when my iPhone 7 is already waterproof? And that's a perfectly normal question to be asking, but the thing you have to remember too is that this case is IP68 rated. The iPhone 7 is IP67 rated. And what that basically means is that the iPhone can go into 3 feet of water. That's pretty much it. 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes. That's what IP67 means. IP68 means it can go over 6 feet underwater for 30 minutes. So, you know, 3 feet doesn't seem like much of a big deal to you, but for those of you that maybe like to go snorkeling or go into water and then have a phone with you and maybe like go underwater and things like that, I don't know about scuba diving, but deeper water, that's when you would probably want to have the IP68 case. Plus, the other thing to keep in mind too is even though your iPhone is waterproof, you could drop it on the ground and still crack it, scratch it, mess it up, but when you have a case on it, well then there you go, you're going to be protected. So it'll give you a little bit of additional depth that you can go into water, plus it'll protect your phone from any kind of drops, scrapes, scratches. It says it's snowproof, waterproof, shockproof, and dustproof as well. So let's pop out this case and let's take a closer look at it. So here we have the case itself, and it does include actually a couple of little extras that are inside the box. So this one right here obviously is the black version. I do have a couple other versions. I have like a pink one, and I think there's another one that's actually clear, so there's no actual panel inside it, so you can see the color of your case, the color of your phone shine through the case, which is kind of nice. So this was obviously the black version I have here. So one of the things I really like is they include a lanyard, which is nice. So if you are going to go to like the water park or wherever it is, going to the river or something, you want to make sure your iPhones, if you don't have a pocket to stick it in, you want to keep it on your wrist for taking photos and videos and things like that. Don't want to accidentally drop it. It does include a lanyard. It also includes a carabiner clip as well as a microfiber cleaning cloth if you want to wipe off the screen before you pop it into the phone. And some instructions here on how to make sure that it is waterproof and that everything is good to go and sealed up still. So you always want to test out your phone before you just throw it into a case and use it in the water to make sure that it's been tested and it actually is going to stay watertight. Alright, so basically it's very simple. You just pop your phone into the case, face first, pop the back on, and there's going to be a nice tight seal that goes around the whole thing. So it's going to take a little bit of pressure to make sure that everything is nice and snug. Quite a lot of pressure actually, which is a good thing. You don't want any kind of any seals or anything open where the water can still get into the case, because if you are going to be taking your phone under deep water up to 6 feet, like I said, you want to make sure that this thing is nice and tight. Of course, if this is a case that you plan on swapping constantly over and over again, that seal is going to eventually get a little bit softer and not be quite as watertight, so that is one thing to keep in mind. Okay, so here we have the phone inside the case, and so like I showed you, the carabiner clip, both of those things are something you could mount pretty easily and clip it to the top right here. So right here on the top section is where you would put those, either the wrist wire or the carabiner clip. I guess if you want to mount it to like a backpack or a bag or something, that's probably why you would want to use that. So it's very soft, very pliable. This top piece of plastic, it basically feels like TPU type of soft plastic. Is basically what the whole case feels like. So let's do some close-ups. Alright, so on the side of the case we have this really cool wheel right here. So this is what you'll use to access the mute switch. So all you have to do is turn it, and it does respond to that. So let me go to the front here. So let me see if I can. So as you turn right there, as you see, it is the mute switch is being engaged. There it goes right there. So you see it is interacting with it. So that's good. And I mean, otherwise, I'm not sure how else you would be able to access that without that. So that you basically turn that wheel to do the mute switch. You have your volume up and down buttons. You can still feel the click when you're touching through there, which is very nice. Get to the bottom of the case right here, and so we have our speaker port, obviously the microphone port right there, and there's a nice little cover in here for the lightning connector. So let me see if I can pop this out here to show you. So there it is. That is a waterproof type of port, so make sure that the water doesn't get into there where the lightning cable goes. So if you do have some larger lightning cables, it may have some hard time fitting into that opening there because it's pretty small.
It's a little bit larger opening than probably the Apple Lightning connector, but if you have any other connectors that are a little bit larger than that, it may not fit in there very smoothly, so just keep that in mind for any cables that you might be using with this case. Get to the side, we have our standby or sleep and wake button, so that's something you can still feel through the click, which is real nice. Still feel the button right there. Get to the back, so we have our camera, our flash, and obviously the logo you can see right here. It is being protected with the built-in screen shield that's in there. So that's basically it. When you get to the front, and let me show you. So obviously the whole front is blocked off. It's covered up, and it's picking up tons of my fingerprints. So I apologize for that. But as you can see, there's a slight little membrane right there. So it does read your fingerprint very quickly. I have no issues whatsoever using the fingerprint scanner, Touch ID with this. So there you go. So that works out really well. Get to the front. So and it also it has a built-in screen shield, obviously like that. So it does feel a little bit different from the glass screen shield. You know, the glass, not the screen shield, but the glass screen of the iPhone. But it's obviously it's a slightly different texture because it's plastic. But it's very responsive. I didn't notice any kind of issues while using it. That didn't make like any of the corners or anything weren't responding very well. As long as you put a good enough pressure on there, just like normal, you shouldn't have any issues using it. So top here we have the camera, the proximity sensor, the microphone. The mic is going to sound a little bit different for some people, or from hearing some people, because it is completely blocked off. But that's just something that's just going to be the case because it has to be completely blocked off. You'll be able to hear people, but it won't be as clear as if you didn't have it on there, obviously, because something's on top of it. Same thing with the microphone on the bottom. People are still going to be able to hear you, but it will sound slightly different than if you just had your iPhone out of the case. That's just the nature of that, because it has to protect it. There's like a little paper membrane type of thing in there to make sure that the water doesn't go into there. So overall, guys, basically, it's a waterproof case. It's much cheaper than some of the other waterproof cases that are on the market for $25. Can't really go wrong with that. If it's something that you plan on using just occasionally, once in a while, you probably don't want to invest over $100 or however much some of the other more expensive waterproof cases go. It seems like everything's been sealed up tight really well, so I don't think it would leak water or anything. But like I did say, if you plan on constantly swapping out your phone, opening and closing, this thing is going to eventually wear down a little bit. So keep that in mind as well. It's probably something where you'd want to just either leave it in the case all the time or just use this case very sparingly when you occasionally need it to be a little bit extra waterproofing with your iPhone 7. So like I said, I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested in checking it out and purchasing this for yourselves. I just want to give one quick shout out to our sponsor, SrJaZk. If you guys are looking to get cash for your used iPhone, it's very simple, fast, and secure. You just go to their site, you get a quote, you ship your phone, and then you get paid. That's pretty much it. So that's it for me today, guys. If you have any questions about this case, post it down below in the comment section. I read every comment on all of my videos, and I always do my best to get back to you as quick as possible. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if you want to stay up to date with all of my videos on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video review.